The CEO looks at the printer, then at the line of executives waiting outside the boardroom. Why isn't this printing? The IT manager clicked through every menu. He could find nothing. The office administrator shrewd. The admin password is required after last month's security update. Who has it? Silence. Finally, someone answered. Mark. The room went quiet. Mark was the employee who had been written up 2 weeks earlier from printing a single permission slip for his 8-year-old son's school trip. Management has called it theft of company resources and suspended his printing privileges for a month. The operations director frowned. Call him. Someone dialed, no answer. Another call, straight to voicemail. He must be on lunch. Tell him to come back immediately. A text was sent. Mark replied a minute later. I was on my unpaid lunch break. Company policy says I am not permitted to perform work duties until my break ends at 1 p.m. and it was 12:08. The board meeting was at 12:15. The CEO's presentation, financial reports, and med contract all existed only as digital files. Several board members insisted on paper copies because they wanted to sign them during the meeting. The operations director muttered, just have the IT reset the password. The IT shook his head. I can't. Why not? The password is encrypted in the printer's secure module. Resetting it wipes every stored certificate and takes about 4 hours to reconfigure. The CEO stared at him. So we are waiting for Mark. Nobody argued. At exactly 1 p.m., Mark walked back into the office carrying a sandwich and a coffee. He smiled politely. You needed me? The room was unusually quiet. Mark typed the password in less than 5 seconds. The printer roared to life. Hundreds of pages poured out. Wow. The CEO watched them stacked neatly in the output tray. Then he looked at the disciplinary notice sitting in Mark's personnel file. He picked it up without saying a word. He tore it into half. The next morning, HR sent a company-wide email. Reasonable personal printing is permitted. Really, managers are encouraged to use discretion when enforcing workplace policies. Yeah, I'd like to say, if you can trust someone to make use of a printer, to make use of the printing device, then why are you denying him access to use it for personal related stuff? To use it for personal dealings. Yes, that's the word, use it for personal dealings. If you could, the same level of trust you actually give to him in handling the printer, it's the same level of access you should grant to him when he chooses to just make use of it at one point or the other. So here's my question. Was Mark wrong for keeping them waiting? Because at the time they called him to come back to the office, it was just 12:08 and his break was supposed to end by 1 p.m. That's number one. Then secondly, is it actually wrong to make use of the company resources? They said after he made use of just a slip to print the permission slips for his son's vacation, the management tagged it a theft of company resources. So is it actually a theft? Do we say that staff's making use of the company resources, we can actually call that theft? And on the last note, have you ever seen someone that was punished because they made use of the company resources? I'd like to get your view in the comment section. Thank you.